Barbara.
Hey. Hello.
Flying Tigress.
That's me.
How's your flying today?
Oh, it was wonderful. I had a lovely trip with you, Goethe, today, and we had a lovely trip to Wellesbourne. All went well, the weather was beautiful, and I think we had an enjoyable flight with Flying Tigress Airways.
Why did you start your private pilot's licence?
Because Mick bought me a trial lesson for my birthday last year, and on July the 24th, that's what happened.
So like today's flight, for example,
yes.
We were talking in the plane about the fact that when I go flying, for me there is a particular sense of freedom and a sense of liberation
yes.
from whatever complications I have. What is the essence of the feeling that you have when you go flying?
Well, I have to agree with you, it's freedom. I think you go up there and you're just free from everything.
And is that what you would tell someone who asked you what is flying all about?
Yeah, just away from everything, away from all your troubles.
And did you have any difficulties during the training? Did you find any particular aspect of training difficult?
No, I mean, I was more worried about the exams, to be honest, but I managed to pass all those all right. But I loved doing the actual practical aspects of the training. I didn't have too much difficulty. You know, it's just the landing is always the hardest thing you do, and but enough circuits I went on, so I'm sure I feel happy with that.
They do say that takeoff is voluntary and landing is compulsory.
Yes.
Right? And on that note, what made the training valuable in sense of what did you get from different instructors here at Cranfield Flying School? I
think the best thing about because I've flown with quite a few instructors, and I always got bits of information from all of them, put it all together, and they've all taught me lots of little tips and tricks, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a really good idea, that's a good idea. And putting it all together, that's what helped me a lot, you know, listening to other people and learning from all of them because they're all so experienced.
And at Cranfield, in particular at Cranfield Flying School, do you feel that there's a sense of community here?
Very much so. I mean, it's everyone's very friendly. Everyone's all pals together. I never once felt as if, you know, I was ostracised to the side, or they felt that they were, you know, oh look, you know, she's only a girl, you know, we're not really interested in her. They took me in from the start, and I never ever felt out of place here.
As a woman, or as someone doing a private pilot's licence, you felt subordinate to the professional students here?
No, I never really did. I mean, because they were all so willing to help you and tell you, oh, you know, if you've got a problem with this, just do this. And I never ever felt that they always had time to tell me. They always had time to sit and talk to me. And if I did have a problem or I had a question, they would always sit and talk to me. And I think that's the best thing about it.
Flying at whatever altitude you fly at, I know you like to fly at odd
numbers,
which is like me. Do you have a different perspective on the world?
Well, I have to say, it is always nice to see all the little cars moving along on the roads down there and thinking, ha, we're not in the jam. But yeah, it's just nice to see everything from that height and from that distance, and just get a different view of all the world. I think it's wonderful.
And what is next in your Flying Tigress Airways?
Right, well, I want to do my IMC rating. That's the one thing, and I think we talked about the night rating, so I might do that as well.
And for those people who don't know what an IMC is, what is that?
That's Instrument Meteorological Conditions, and it's learning to fly on instruments only. So it allows you to sort of, if the weather's a bit rubbish, to be able to sort of fly on instruments only rather than, you know, on visual flight routes where you have to see everything, where you have to be visual with everything. You're able to use the instruments to go from place to place and not worry too much about cloud.
If you were to have a choice,
yes,
on a desert island,
yes,
and you could only have one thing,
yes,
would it be a tiger or an aeroplane?
I think an aeroplane might be handy.
Right. Not to escape the island, no, but as a
just have it as a present. I would like to have the aeroplane because I'd like to fiddle with it.
But where does your passion for tigers come from?
Right, well, I mean, I always loved animals. I mean, I'm a real animal lover, and the tigers were, I mean, it's something when I was little. I don't know what started it, but I always loved them. And I've been lucky enough to see them in the wild in India, which is the most fantastic experience. And I just love going back to India to see these wild tigers, because there aren't many left. And I'm hoping that, you know, things like, you know, using the name of tigers, and I have my own website sort of promoting, you know, photographs of tigers so people can see how beautiful they are. And you know, we cannot lose these creatures from the planet. It's very important. Creatures are important. We need to keep them here.
For those that are considering to get a pilot's licence, how would you convince them?
Just come and do it. Come to Cranfield, come and see what friendly people there are and all the lovely boys here, and they will help you through all stages of your training. And I think anyone, if they've got the passion to come and learn it, they will be able to learn it here with pleasure. Not just as a sort of a chore, it will be a pleasure here.
Can anybody learn to fly, or does it take a particular type of character?
I think with the right training, if you've got a good instructor, there's no reason why anyone can't take to the airs.
Well, it's been a real pleasure flying with you, and I hope we can fly again.
Oh, well, let's hope so.
High five.
High five.
Yeah!
All right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, that's lovely.